Welcome to Karnataka LMS. Myself Suguna HG, Assistant Professor, Government First Aid College, Chintamani. In this video, I am presenting you few problems on subgroups. Let G be the group of all non-singular real matrices of order 2 by 2 under matrix multiplication. Let H is equal to the matrix 1A 0 1 such that A belongs to R. Show that H is a subgroup of G. See, in this set we have considered 2 by 2 matrices of the form 1A 0 1 where A is a real number. So let us show that the set H is a subgroup of G by satisfying the condition of the subgroup. Generalized condition of the subgroup is for all A comma B belongs to G implies A star B inverse belongs to G. That we have to prove. The condition we have to satisfy is for all A comma B belongs to H implies A star B inverse belongs to H. So to prove this one, let us consider the given set, that is H is equal to matrix 1A 0 1 such that A is a real number. Consider the determinant of this matrix. See, they have given us that G is a set of all non-singular real matrices. See, if the determinant of the given matrix is 0, then that becomes a singular matrix and it won't belongs to group G. So we have to check whether this matrix is a singular or not. So to check that, let us find the determinant of 1A01. 1 into 1 is equal to 1. 1 minus A into 0 is 0. 1 minus 0 is equal to 1. So the determinant value of 1A01 is equal to 1, which is not equal to 0. Therefore, the given matrix, that is 1A01, is a non-singular matrix. It belongs to H and also it belongs to G. Therefore, H is a subset of G and H is non-empty. At least one matrix is present in this set. So let us consider the matrix A and B be any two arbitrary elements of H. A and B be the two matrices which are belonging to the set H. Let A is equal to 1x01 and B is equal to 1y01, where x and y are real numbers. Because by the definition of the set H, 1A01, A is a real number. Similarly, we have taken two arbitrary elements A and B, where the x and y are real numbers. The matrix A and B belongs to the set H, then we have to show that B inverse exists and A into B inverse must belongs to this. To find B inverse, let us take the formula, that is B inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of B to adjoint of B. So to find out the adjoint B, we have to find the cofactors of the matrix B and we must take the transpose of that one. First row, first element means we take 1 plus 1, it is positive. Then first row, second element means 1 plus 2 is 3, so it is negative, it becomes. Then this is second row, first element. So 2 plus 1, 3, again add number. So this also negative. Then the 2 means second row, second element. So that is positive. So in our cofactor matrix, we get positive, negative, negative, positive, 4 terms. Let us find out the cofactors now. Cofactors of first element. First element means, now just neglect the first row and first column. So what element we have? 1. So in the cofactor, the first element is 1. Then take the first row, second element. first row second element is y. See, by deleting the first row and second element, so second column element, so we will get this as 0. Minus 0 and plus 0, it is same, so it's 0 we take here. Then coming to the second row elements, we get 2 1, means this is the second row first element. Second row first element is 0. Now by neglecting these row and column, so we get y with the negative sign, because in the beginning itself I said that it is the first row first element, so first means 1 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 is a even number, so positive. Similarly, this is the odd number, so negative, so we took only 0 here. Then minus y we get in this place. Then go to the second row second element, this is the one. So now neglecting this row second row, this second column, so we get 1. This is the cofactor matrix. Cofactor matrix. Now to find out the adjoint of B, we have to take the transpose of this matrix. Transpose of this matrix means we interchange the rows and columns. So see, first row is 1 0, that becomes, this row becomes a column, that is 1 0. Then minus y 1, that becomes a column, minus y 1. See, rows of the cofactor matrix we are writing as columns. Then we get the adjoint of B. Adjoint of B. Adjoint of B divided by determinant of B. See, determinant of B means determinant of the matrix 1 y 0 1. 1 by determinant of B into adjoint B means divide this by 1, it is the same element. So we get B inverse is equal to 1 minus y 0 1. 1 minus y 0 1. Okay. Now let us multiply this with A. See, B inverse we got 1 minus y 0 1. Now multiply this with the matrix A. Matrix A we have taken as 1 x 0 1. So it is 1 x 0 1 into the matrix 1 minus y 0 1. Now let us multiply these two matrices. We have the rule of multiplication, that is first row into first column of this matrix will be the first element of this one. 1 into 1 is 1 plus x into 0 is 0. So the first row into first column is 1. Then first row into second column. So first row into second column means 1 into minus y, it is minus y, plus x into 1 x. We get x minus y. X minus y. Similarly, second row into first column, it is 0 into 1 is 0 plus 1 into 0 is 0. Then second row into second column, 0 into y is 0, 1 into 1 is 0. Means corresponding elements we have to multiply. AB inverse with respect to multiplication, AB inverse is equal to 1 x minus y 0 1. See, it is of the form 1 a 0 1 because x and y are also two real numbers. The difference of these two real numbers is again a real number. Hence 1 x minus y 0 1 belongs to H. We have taken A and B belongs to H. Then we proved that AB inverse belongs to H. Therefore, it is a subgroup. So that is A belongs to H, B belongs to H implies AB inverse belongs to H. AB inverse means star is a multiplication here. So A into B inverse belongs to H. Hence H is a subgroup of G. In order to prove that H is a subgroup of G, we have taken two elements A and B. Then we proved that A star B inverse, that is nothing but A into B inverse belongs to H. Therefore, H is a subgroup of G. Second problem. Prove that the set H is equal to 1 comma minus 5 is a subgroup of the group G is equal to 1 comma 5 comma 7 comma 11 under mod 12. Means with respect to multiplication modulo 12, we have to prove that H is a subgroup of G. So to prove this one, first let us show that H itself is a group. See, H is a proper subgroup of G. G contains 1, 5, 7, 11. H contains 1, 5. Therefore, it is a proper subgroup. Hence, let us write the composition table of these elements, that is H is equal to 1 comma 5. So the composition table with respect to multmod 12, so I have written the elements of the set H in rows and columns, that is 1, 5, 1, 5. Now let me write the second row and the second column elements. See, 1 into 1 is equal to 1, 1 into 5 is 5, and similarly 5 into 1 is 5. So let me fill that 1, 5, 5. Then last row is 5 5s are 25. In 25 we have to subtract the nearest multiple of 12, because with respect to multmod 12 we are writing the composition table. So 5 5s are 25, nearest multiple of 12 is 12 2s are 24. So 25 minus 24, so the last element is 1. See, now the multmod 12 of H is equal to 1, 5 elements composition table. All the elements of the composition table are also the elements of H. Therefore, closure law holds good. See, in order to show that H is a subgroup, first we have to prove that H itself is a group. To prove that H itself is a group, I have written the composition table here. So in the composition table, the elements 1, 5, 5, 1 which belongs to the set H. Therefore, closure law holds good, because all the entries of the composition table are the elements of H. Therefore, closure law is satisfied. Then the second property, associative property. Associative law holds good in G, as G is a group under multmod 12. See, by the data we know that G is a group under multmod 12. So, associative law also holds good in G. Since H is a proper subset of G, all the elements of H are also the elements of G. Therefore, H inherits the associative law as a subset of G. Therefore, associative law holds good in H also. The third property, existence of identity. First row and first column. First row leading element is 1. First column leading element is 1. Therefore, 1 is the identity element. So, identity is equal to 1. Existence of inverse. From the composition table, the inverses of 1, 5 are respectively 1, 5. In the composition table, the identity element exists in first row. This is the identity element. So, corresponding to this, the leading elements are 1 into 1 is equal to 1. Therefore, inverse of 1 is 1. And similarly, 5 into 5 is equal to 1. So, the identity element exists here. So, it is 5 into 5. So, the inverse of 5 is 5. Hence, the inverses of 1, 5 are respectively 1, 5. So, therefore, it shows that every element of H has inverse. Since every element of H has inverse, it satisfies all the 4 properties: closure law, associative law, existence of identity, existence of inverse. Hence, H is a group. H is a group. Since H is a group and H is a subset of G, therefore H is a subgroup of G. Let us work out one more problem of same type. Problem 3. Prove that the set H is equal to 1, minus 1 is a subgroup of the group G. G is equal to 1, minus 1, I, minus I under multiplication. See, the set G is equal to 1, minus 1, I, minus I represents the fourth roots of unity, and H is a proper subset of G. Then let us write the composition table for 1, minus 1 with respect to multiplication. So with respect to ordinary multiplication, we have taken 1 into 1 is equal to 1, 1 into minus 1 is equal to 1. Let us fill this table. With respect to multiplication, 1 into 1 is equal to 1, 1 into minus 1 is equal to minus 1, and the column 1 into 1 is 1, 1 into minus 1 is 1. Then the last element is 1, because minus 1 into minus 1 is equal to 1. Now let us observe the elements of this table. Those are 1, minus 1, minus 1. Clearly they are the elements of the set H. So all the entries are belongs to the set H. Therefore it is closed with respect to multiplication. See, all the entries in the composition are the elements of H. Therefore closure law holds good in this one with respect to multiplication. Then associative law. See, similarly like a previous problem, in order to show H is a subgroup, first we will have to prove that H itself is a group with respect to the same binary operation multiplication. So first law, that is closure, we have proved. Then the associative law. See, associative law holds good in G. See, we have considered the fourth roots of unity, that is the group G. So since it is a group, the associative law satisfies in G with respect to multiplication. Since H is a proper subset of G, all the elements of H are the elements of G also. Therefore H inherits the associative law. That means associative law holds good in H. Then existence of identity. First row, that is 1 minus 1, and first column 1 minus 1. It is identical to the leading elements of row and columns. Therefore the identity element is 1. The existence of inverse. From the composition table, the inverses of 1, minus 1 are respectively 1, minus 1. You see, the identity element 1 is present here. So 1 into 1 is equal to 1. So the inverse of this one is 1 itself. Then minus 1 in the second row, minus 1 into minus 1 is equal to 1. The identity element is present here. So minus 1 into minus 1 is equal to 1 implies that the inverse of minus 1 is 1. So all the elements of H have inverses. Therefore H is a group. Since H is a group and it is a subset of G, therefore H is a subgroup of G. So in order to show that H is a subgroup of G, we have proved all the 4 properties of the group and showed that H is a group. Since H is a group and it is a proper subset of G, therefore H is a subgroup of G. Thank you.